Hey football fans, welcome to my post-review videos for Under Further Review. Let's quickly recap the Minnesota Vikings at the Detroit Lions. Well, the Vikings had a moment there where they could have made the Lions home opener go sour, but the Lions I thought were just too much. I picked the Vikings to win by 1, and I was wrong. Adrian Peterson did exactly what I thought he would do, though, against the Lions defense, as he ran for a 78-yard touchdown on his very first carry and scoring on a 4-yard run to give Minnesota the 14-6 lead in the second quarter. He finished with 93 yards on 18 attempts, which is pretty good. But Christian Ponder, on the other hand, I thought had no clue what he was doing, and I didn't have any clue what he was going to do in this Week 1 opener. Ponder was 18 of 28, passing for 236 yards, with a 4-yard touchdown pass to Peterson that got Minnesota within 3 late in the third quarter. Jerome Simpson had 7 receptions and 140 yards receiving for the Vikings. In the end, though, Detroit just made more bigger plays than the Vikings. Bush had a sensational debut with the Detroit Lions on Sunday, burning Minnesota for 191 yards on offense in a 34-24 victory for the Detroit Lions. With the Vikings focused on stopping Johnson on the outside, the dynamic running back found plenty of room to roam. I mean, Bush turned a short pass into a 77-yard touchdown in the third quarter. He finished with 21 carries for 90 yards and 4 receptions with 101 yards through the air. Bush's performance helped the Lions overcome a slew of miscues while stopping an 8-game losing streak from last season. Stafford was 28 of 43 passing for 357 yards with 2 touchdowns. His final score was with a 1-yard lob to rookie tight end Joseph Furia, former UCLA Bruin, that I got to watch last year a lot and do what he did. With 6 minutes and 47 left on the clock, that sealed the win. Johnson was held, unfortunately, to 4 catches for 37 yards and had a touchdown negated by review because it appeared he lost control of the football in the end zone. I just thought the Lions, though, had an answer for every time the Vikings would come up with a big play. This Lion team looked very dangerous at this moment. My positives and negatives for the Vikings. Well, AP is running like he could hit 2,000 rushing yards this year. Well, maybe, but I hope he does soon. I just love watching AP play. My other positive is Jerome Simpson was the lead dog. My other positive was Jerome Simpson was the lead dog at the receiver position, who looks to be finally stepping up his game. And Blair Walsh is coming off a great season last year as he kicked 1 field goal in this game, but he continues to be solid. Negatives is obviously Christian Ponder. He still needs to improve. I didn't really like what I saw from Ponder in the Vikings, and so they can't just keep relying on AP to do everything for them to lead them to victory week to week. Ponder needs to step up. And my other negative was Greg Jennings didn't look so effective. His role isn't like it was at Green Bay because this is a running team, so Ponder needs to get the ball into Jennings' hands more if Ponder wants to look good and Jennings wants to look good. My positives and negatives for the Vikings. My positives and negatives for the Detroit Lions. Now, I thought Stafford had an average game, but was able to help pull off the win with his weapons in Bush and Megatron. My other positives, the Lions overcame a slew of miscues on offense, defense, and special teams, but still won. So, always find a way to win. And my last positive is Bush, in his Detroit debut, gave the franchise what it has been missing since speedy running back Javid Best had his career ended by concussions. Running back position looks bright. Negatives for the Detroit Lions. I didn't like that they coughed up the ball 3 times. Ball security needs to be an improvement going into this next week. Calvin Johnson didn't have a big game and only caught 4 passes. We need to get the ball to him more, and the Lions need to cut down on the penalties. 11 flags are way too much for a team and can be backbreakers, so luckily they came out on top and won this game. And that, my football fans, is my recap and analysis of Week 1 NFL opener on Sunday with the Minnesota Vikings at the Detroit Lions. Please leave any comments below and subscribe to my page for all your reviews and opinions of the 2013 NFL season. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter also, which I will leave a link below for you to follow. Anyways, see you later.